Okay, so today I'm doing my December 2023 TBR, and once I get to the end of December and do my monthly wrap, that will fulfill my goal of doing my 12 TBRs and 12 monthly wraps and continuing them on. I am still on my, soapbox, my metaphorical soapbox, saying, please bring back the TBRs! Hashtag save the TBRs! I mean, monthly wraps are starting to come back, and I really appreciate that, but I love TBR videos. Even if you only have one book, just do a video if you're a booktuber and say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and this month I'm reading one book, this book, here it is, and I'm really excited to read it. I love TBRs, what can I say? Alright, well, what I can say next is that for the month of December, I am doing my annual favourites and non-favourites of the year. I always love doing them, and I have so many videos to do that not only will there be no weekly vlogs until 2024, but I wanted my TBR to kind of reflect that. What I mean by this is I'm mainly going to do rereads in the month of December because any books that I read in the month of December just don't end up getting included in my favourites and non-favourites of the year. And also, even if I go to that following year, like this year when I do my favourites and non-favourites, it will be from January of 2023 all the way through to November, and not even December of 2022 through to the end of November 2023. So therefore, because I limit my favourites and non-favourites for each year, I might as well just reread, predominantly reread in December for that very reason. So, let's talk about what I am reading. Whilst I am predominantly rereading, there are 3 new books to me that I will be reading, and we'll discuss all of that too. So, grab yourself a snack, grab a nice drink, let's take a break, and let's enjoy a TBR video. Here is my TBR for December of 2023. Okay, so predominantly my reread, predominantly I'm going to be rereading, as I said, and my rereads will consist of a series that I grew up loving. Now, there is some controversy revolving around the author, but I don't think there's really that much any more of a controversy revolving around the series itself, so if you're not a fan of the series, just move on and enjoy the new books that I'm reading this month, because, quite frankly, I love this series. It's been way too long since I've read it, and so now I'm going to celebrate it by putting each and every individual book of this series up on the screen. I make no promises to get through the entirety of this series, and I just want to tell you at the outset that because of this, I'm going to start off the month reading as much of the series as I want to, and then when I get to the point where I'm ready for the 3 new books that I'm going to read, I'll switch to them, and then for the rest of the month continue on with the series, and I'm just going to get as far as I can. I have no promises whatsoever to continue on with the series if I don't finish it by the end of December. I'm just going to enjoy being back in this world. And so, that rereading series that I'm going to reread, that series I'm going to reread, is the Harry Potter series. So the first book in the Harry Potter series for my edition, because the title differs around the world, my edition is, and these are all the Bloomsbury editions, the original Bloomsbury edition, UK publishing, woohoo, is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So, this is a middle grade fantasy. As I say, I cannot wait to get back into this world. I have so many good memories of this book. This is where we first meet Harry, when Harry first finds out he's a wizard. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read the series, Harry's a wizard. And he goes into the magical world and learns things about the magical world and about being a wizard. And one of the best things about this book is that we get to learn alongside Harry what it's like to be a wizard in the magical community. I cannot wait to experience all those fantastic things, like the zoo scene where Harry accidentally sets a snake on Dudley, to platform 9 3/4, meeting Hagrid for the first time, going through the trapdoor and everything that happens with that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get back in this world. And of course, for those of you wondering, I'm a Ravenclaw through and through, And my favourite character is Hermione Granger. Alright, so the first book that I plan to read in the month of December 2023 is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The second book I plan to read is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. No, it's not. It's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. What am I doing? Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Okay, I am looking forward to seeing what I've forgotten about this book, because I forgot a lot about the fourth book prior to rereading it in 2020, I think it was. So I don't remember a lot about this book, but oh, that's right, Dobby is introduced in this book, and I'm looking forward to being reintroduced to Dobby. I love Dobby as a character so much. Dobby was given such a great disservice in the film series. I am looking forward to watching the films alongside reading the books, because I love being introduced to young Voldemort. We get young Voldemort towards the end of the movie, in the book as well, but the actor plays the role really well in the film, so I'm looking forward to that moment as well. And I can't really think of anything else that is a standout memory for me of Chamber of Secrets. It's one of my least favourite books, but in saying that, it's still a 5-star book for me, so I'm looking forward to getting back into Chamber of Secrets and seeing what I forgot about it. So the next book is the third book, which is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This one I remember a lot about. We are introduced to Sirius Black for the first time. It's interesting rereading this book, knowing what happens, the revelation that Harry finds out about Sirius Black towards the end of the book. It's interesting reading the first 3 quarters, knowing that revelation and everything that Harry goes through with regards to Sirius until he finds out that big important information that we find out. But I love this book. For the longest time, this was my favourite book in the series, because it deals with the time travelling trope and going back in time, and I love that trope so much. So yeah, really looking forward to experiencing going back in time with this one, and I don't know what else I can really remember about this one, honestly. This is really sad. It's been so long since I've read them that I don't even remember who the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is in this one. Is it Lupin? I hope so. Yeah, it is. It is Lupin. And I miss Lupin, so yeah, looking forward to that. And looking forward to oh gosh, what is that class called? Divination. I love Trelawney. She cracks me up so much in this book. Oh, that's right. In Chamber of Secrets, the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is Professor Lockhart. Oh, that was interesting reading him the first time. The fourth book I plan to read is therefore Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And how much time do you have? Oh my gosh, I used to binge reread this series and skip Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and that is because of the film. I don't know if I will watch that Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire film alongside reading the book, but I gave the book a second chance. I think it was last year or the year before, and oh my goodness, did I regret not rereading the book, because the film does such a disservice to this book. There are so many things not only left out, but there are so many things that are changed for no reason from what was in the book to what is in the films. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is a fantastic book. There is so much that we deal with that I love that's not in the movies. So if you've only seen the movies, you may not know about SPEW. I love that whole deal that goes on. I love the fact that we have 2 different schools that come to Hogwarts. We have, what were their names? Durmstrang and Beauxbaton. And I love the fact that in the book, Durmstrang as well as Beauxbaton are co-ed, mixed-gendered schools. In the films, Durmstrang is an all-boys school and Beauxbaton is an all-girls school, and it just really annoyed me. So I am looking forward to all the things that we don't see in the films, because they are so amazing. There's so much that goes on in this book that no wonder it's an incredibly long book. This is the first book in the Harry Potter series that turns the series from being a middle grade series to a YA series, because the themes start getting darker as of this one, which of course reminds me of the ending of this book and the big thing that happens at the end of this one. Oh goodness me, I don't know how much I'm looking forward to that moment. One absolutely horrible thing that happens, and one huge thing that happens for the rest of the series. So yeah, I'll see how I go with this one. The fifth book in the series is not the final book, but by far and away is it the longest. The Bloomsbury hardcover edition is 766 pages long. So if I start this book, let alone finish it in December, I'll be thrilled. But that is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So yeah, the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in this one is Dolores Umbridge, and that, yeah, she is aptly named. I take great umbrage with Dolores Umbridge. And I think not only do a lot of characters in the book take a lot of umbrage with Professor Umbridge, but a lot of readers do as well. But what I'm looking forward to with this book, amongst things that weren't included in the film, because there's so much that goes on. As I say, it's a massive book, and J.K. Rowling doesn't pad her books. If her books are long in this particular series, they are long because so much actually happens that we need time to explore all those things that happen. So I'm looking forward to not only getting to all the things that I get to read in this book that weren't part of the film, but I'm also looking forward to all of the defiant moments with Professor McGonagall. I appreciated Professor McGonagall all the way up until this book as a teacher, but I grew to love her, fiercely love her as a character in this book because of those defiant moments. One example that doesn't appear in the films but is in the book, if you've read the books, is the "have a biscuit, Potter" moment. We love that. Yeah, and do you need a cough drop, Dolores? I wish "Do you need a cough drop, Dolores" was in the films. Great book, and of course the ending is wonderful because we, without giving away spoilers for those who haven't read the book, we end up at the Ministry of Magic at the end of the book, which is wonderful because there's more world building that goes on outside of Hogwarts, because to this point in time, Harry's introduction to the world of magic is exclusively limited to Hogwarts and its outside village, Hogsmeade, sorry. So we have Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, but then in this book we go to the Ministry of Magic, which is absolutely fantastic. So looking forward to getting to this one, if I have enough time. Speaking of if I have enough time, the sixth book in the Harry Potter series is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Okay, this is my least favourite book in the entire series. Some people will agree with me, some will disagree, some will say that's an unpopular opinion, and some will say that is a popular opinion. To each their own. This is my least favourite book in the series. The last time I rated the series after binging the series was that I gave book 1 5 stars, book 2 5 stars, book 3 5 stars, book 4 5 stars, book 5 5 stars, this book 4 stars, and then book 6 5 stars. So, this book is more, to say it without giving away any spoilers, imagine taking the biggest villain in a series and being sat down by someone who's knowledgeable about that villain and saying, I'm now going to read you their life story. Because that's what you get here. You get the life story of the villain. There are other things that do occur in this book, absolutely, and I am looking forward to the ending because I love the ending. There's a big battle that takes place at the end of... I was thinking of the battle that took place in the last book, Order of the Phoenix. What happens at the end of this one? Oh, there's that big ending at the end of this book that I don't like. Okay, yeah, something big happens, and I won't spoil it. I will just say in a spoiler-free way, we lose a character. And that was very hard to deal with for me. But, yeah, on the whole, I just don't like this book. It's a 4-star book. It's still written well, and, I still like the characters and all that, but I just think comparatively, I don't know. I just wish there was something else massive that occurred in this book outside of the, let's take as much time as we can to learn about the villain. So if I get up to this one, we'll see how I go with this one. And the final book in the canonical works of the Harry Potter series is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This book is split into 3 sections. I look at it that way. So the first section is we deal with the fallout of what occurred in the previous book, and there is a wedding that occurs for one of the side characters, very side characters, so we're a part of that. Then at the wedding, something happens which causes our three main characters, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, to go on the run. I don't like this section at all because it deals with my least favorite trope, the traveling/questing trope. So if I make it to this book, I know I will struggle to get through that point because I don't like it. But then the final section is when they finally say, why are we running? Let's go deal with whatever it is head on. And they do. And I love the final third of this book so much. And that's what takes it from a 3-star book in the first section to a 1-star book in the second section to an overwhelming 5 stars for the whole book just because of the third section. And my favorite chapter in the entirety of this series is a chapter in this book called The Prince's Tale. I still remember what it's called because that's how much I love that chapter. It is so good. So I hope that I do get to this one. But again, as I said earlier, I don't promise to get through any of these books. So yeah. I will definitely be starting Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and I'll get through as far as I can. Okay. At some stage, I will pause my reading of Harry Potter and jump into my 3 other books left on my TBR, which are new reads for me. So, the first new read for me is Death of a Wicked Witch by Lee and Hollis. This is book number 13 in the Haley Powell Food and Cocktail Mystery Series, and this will help me to have read the first 13 books in that series, which was the goal on my SAS list for the Haley Powell Food and Cocktail Mystery Series. And then next year, I will read the next 4 because I think at the moment there are 16, but there will be 17 books in this Cozy Mystery Series by the end of next year. And I want to get up to date. This is by far and away the most amount of books I've read in a series, this series, being that this is number 13. So I have predominantly enjoyed my time with this series. There have been some things I didn't like along the way, but mostly I've loved this series, and I'm looking forward to getting on to Death of a Wicked Witch. The next new to me book is this book, Stalking Around the Christmas Tree by Jacqueline Frost. Jacqueline Frost being a pen name for Julie and Lindsay. This is the only book that I currently don't have a physical copy of, but I've ordered it and it's on its way. It's just that on Amazon Australia, we could not order this book. We could pre-order, but we couldn't order up until the past week that just went by. So I have now placed the order and it's on the way and it should get here at the end of November. So maybe by the time you're watching this video, I have it. This series, this is book number 4 in the Christmas Tree Farm Mystery Series. This series is the only series of cozy mysteries that I have in hardcover, and I love that I have them in hardcover. They are fantastic. There are some series that I've read that are available in hardcover, which honestly, I ask you, check the difference between how the hardcover looks, the cover of the hardcover, and the cover of the paperback, and you'll know why I'm not spending $200. Okay, I'll tell you what I mean. I'm referring to Amish Candy Shop. So Amish Candy Shop, the paperback, which is book 1 in the Amish Candy Shop series, is a beautiful cover. And I think it cost me in Australian money about $22 to buy. The hardcover, I think cost something like $200. And it looks like a cookbook rather than a cozy mystery. And I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, I would own a lot more cozy mystery hardcovers. I guess my point is I would, if they looked like the cozy mystery paperbacks, because the cozy mystery paperback covers are gorgeous. I love my cozy covers. I'd love to blow them up to massive sizes and frame them because they're beautiful covers. But anyway, Stalking Around the Christmas Tree, book number 4 in the Christmas Tree Farm series, will be the fourth book that I own in hardcover, and this being the only series I own in hardcover. And yeah, very, very excited. This is a fantastic series. If you love Christmas so much, then if you haven't read this cozy mystery series, I highly recommend it. It is Christmas, Christmas, Christmas to the umpteenth degree, including a lot of games and themes and things like that. Not to mention one of my all-time favourite characters, if not my favourite character of the series, Cookie, who is an octogenarian who is hilarious. She loves bringing around a little flask with her and spicing up her teas. I just love Cookie. I love her to pieces. I can't wait to get on to book number 4. The audiobook and the ebook have been available for a while, but the physical book has only just come out halfway through November, and I didn't want to read the 4th book until Christmas time, so that's why I'm reading it in December. And the final new to me book that I plan to read is a Debbie Maycomber, because I've read some Debbie Maycombers over the past couple of years at Christmas time, and I wanted to continue on. So that book that I'm going to read by Debbie Maycomber is incredibly short, and it is called Jack Frost. So on the cover it even says a new holiday novella. I am literally holding the physical book in my hands, and let me tell you, the book itself, there's recipes at the back, but the book itself is 61 pages long. It almost didn't seem worth purchasing the book. It cost me $22 for this book. And I was discussing it with my mother. I said, Mum, you pay for the Maycomber name with this book, because $22 for a 61-page book is ridiculous, in my opinion. But anyway, I am looking forward to reading another Debbie Maycomber. There's another Christmas book that she's releasing, which is short stories, which has these adorable puppies on the cover. But I don't believe that it's either not available as a physical book or not available as an audio book. One of them is not an option, and I like having both as an option. I like being able to acquire the physical book, and I like being able to acquire an audio copy as well. So yeah, but I don't know anything about any of the 3 new to me books going in, other than, of course, I know what's happened so far in Christmas Tree Farm series, and I know what's happened so far in the Hayley Powell Food and Cocktail Mystery series, but otherwise, I'm looking forward to reading those 3. So, how is this going to work? I'm going to start off reading Harry Potter and just reading what I can, when I can, no pressure at all. I'm just going to enjoy myself. Then, when I get closer to Christmas, I'll read those 3 books, starting with Death of a Wicked Witch, because it's not Christmassy. Then I will read Stalking Around the Christmas Tree, because it's longer than Jack Frost. Then I'll read Jack Frost. Then when they are done, then I'll go back and continue on with Harry Potter. And as I say, get as far through as I can, and that's it, no more. So that is my December 2023 TBR done. If I get through them all, which as I say, I'm not pressuring myself to do so, then that will be 10 books on my TBR. Oh, I'm not reading Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. For those who don't know, I'm well aware it's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but for some reason I call it Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, so we're just going to let that go and say Mr. Francy is very different and he pronounces things differently sometimes, but I'm not going to be reading Harry Potter and the Cursed Child because I don't think I'm going to get through all these books anyway, so it would be pointless to add Cursed Child to the list, but I am of the unpopular opinion. I love Cursed Child. I gave it 4 stars, and I do have a physical copy. I just don't think I'm going to get through all these, so it would be way too ambitious of me to add Cursed Child to the list. Alright, so let's just quickly talk moving forward with the rest of the time that we have left. From now on, you are going to be getting the favourites and non-favourites from me, so I'm going to give you a bit of a schedule moving forward. Alright, so let's begin. Next week, we are going to start the favourites and non-favourites with my DNF to books for 2023, talking all the books that I did not finish in 2023. Following that, I'm going to release my November wrap because it will be close to the 1st of December, so I want to wrap up what I read in November. The following week, I'm going to do my faves by genre, which is a video where I talk about every single genre that I read and my favorite book from that particular genre that I read in 2023. I love that video so much. It's fun to go, well, I also love, for example, reading cozy mysteries, and my favorite cozy was this one. But of course, I also love contemporaries, and my favorite contemporary is this one. It's a fun video to show the eclecticness of my reading, because I love reading so many different genres, so to have a favourite of each genre is always fun to do. Then, after faves by genre, arguably one of the most popular videos in this series, which I don't understand, but I love that it is, because it was always a risk for me every time I do it, and yet people always seem to love this video, and it is my worst books video. So yeah, with my worst books videos, I'm not afraid or ashamed to go there. You will know what my top however many worst books of the year are, and you will know why. And I am, as I say, not afraid to go there. I get emotional, especially as I get closer to, the top 4, 3, 2, 1. I get very like, and this is why. Did you know that this happens? And I get very angry, but people love it. So yay, they'll stay. I love talking books. It doesn't matter if they're my favorite or if they were absolutely horrible. I'll talk about them. But in order to qualify for worst books, I will have had to have finished them. So just want to make that point there. Then in the following week, it will be the second last week of December. I will be sorry. The following week will be, not the second last week of December. It will be the week of the 11th to the 17th. I will do my favorite series. For this 2023 end of year edition, I'm going to be ranking my SAS list series for 2023. I'm going to give them a ranking list. So that's going to be fun. Then, the other video I'll do for that week is my best books, talking, my top, I probably will do a top 10 of the best books of the year. Then the following week, 18th to the 24th of December, we start with the longest video to film, but one that we all, including myself, love to watch the finished product of. And that is my bookshelf tour, where I do the one book nonsense, where rather than going to the bookshelf and going, look at this book that I own, and taking 10 seconds, I literally go, here's a book, 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 here's a book. And it's like a condensed 15-20 minute version of a bookshelf tour, but you still see every book I have in my shelf. They take 3 hours to film. I'm not looking forward to filming it, but I love watching them back. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Then at the end of that week, I'll be doing my 2024 goals, my goal setting for 2024. Then in the week that includes Christmas week, which will be the 25th to the 31st, the final week, I'll have 3 videos that will come out. My 2023 goals check-in, looking back at all the goals I created for 2023. How did I do? Did I pass, fail, whatever? Then I will be doing my January TBR in the middle of the week, and then I'll be doing my SAS list for 2024 at the end of the week and month and year. So the last video of the year will be my SAS list for 2024, talking all the books that are going to be on my SAS list. Then, in the first week of January, I will do my Stan list, talking all the standalones that I have, that are on a list that I want to get to. And then, we will conclude the first week of January with my December wrap. And then, the next video after that, I will do a catch-up weekly vlog, talking, all things catching up from the 19th of November through to the 6th of January. So we have massive plans. But that is a big part of the reason why I'm doing rereads, because predominantly I'm going to be filming my favorites and non-favorites, and there's so much to do, and it's just easier, especially not wanting to think, oh my goodness, books are missing out from making it to favorites and non-favorites because it's December. So yes, the Lee Hollis book, the Jacqueline Frost book, and the Debbie Maycomber book will miss out, but it's only 3 books that will miss out from my favorites and non-favorites of the year. Well, there we go. There was my December 2023 TBR. 1 month left, and then we are in the new year. Can you believe it? All right, everyone. It's time to get all Christmassy and Christmassy themed. The favorites and non-favorites are not too far away at all. But in the meantime, that is where I am going to leave it, letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind and love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone.